Do you want to know what the biggest ripoff in finance is? I used to think I was financially smart. I read money blogs, followed financial gurus on social media, and I thought I had figured out the secret to building wealth. But following what seemed like solid financial advice nearly destroyed my financial future and left me deeper in debt than when I started. Here is the painful truth about the financial advice industry that nobody talks about. Much of it is designed to make money for advisors, not for you. Here are 7 types of financial advice you should completely ignore. The debt consolidation trap that doubled my payments when I had multiple credit cards with balances. Every financial advisor I consulted recommended debt consolidation. It sounded logical. Combine all my debts into one lower payment with a better interest rate. What could go wrong? The consolidation loan did give me a lower interest rate, but it also extended my payment period from 3 years to 7 years. While my monthly payment dropped, I ended up paying nearly twice as much in total interest over the life of the loan. Worse, having those credit cards paid off made me feel like I had breathing room. Within 6 months, I'd run up new balances on the cards while still paying the consolidation loan. Instead of eliminating my debt, I'd doubled it. The financial advisor earned a nice commission from the bank for steering me toward their consolidation product. Meanwhile, I was trapped in a cycle that would take me years to escape. Why the emergency fund advice backfired spectacularly. Every financial expert preaches the importance of building an emergency fund before investing. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses, they said. Keep it in a savings account for easy access, they insisted. So I dutifully saved $15,000 in a savings account, earning 0.5% interest. Then life happened. My car needed repairs, my roof started leaking, and I had some unexpected medical expenses. But here's the thing, none of these were true emergencies that required immediate cash access. They were predictable life events that I could have planned for differently. While my $15,000 sat earning almost nothing in savings, I missed out on years of investment growth. If I'd invested that money in index funds, it would have grown to over $25,000 during the same period. The financial advice industry pushes large emergency funds because it keeps money flowing into banks. Low-interest savings products rather than competing investments they guarantee control. The whole life insurance disaster that drained my wealth. A financial advisor convinced me that whole life insurance was the perfect investment vehicle. It provided life insurance protection while building cash value I could borrow against. It seemed like the ultimate financial tool, protection and investment in one product. What the advisor didn't emphasize was the crushing fees and commissions built into these policies. My first year's premiums went almost entirely to fees, with virtually nothing going toward cash value or investment growth. The projected returns in the sales materials assumed perfect conditions that never materialized. After 5 years, my cash value was less than what I'd paid in premiums. Meanwhile, I could have gotten the same life insurance coverage with term insurance for 1/10 the cost and invested the difference in index funds. The advisor made huge commissions selling me this policy while my money disappeared into insurance company profits and fees. The mutual fund scam hiding in plain sight. When I finally decided to start investing, my advisor steered me toward actively managed mutual funds with impressive historical returns. The funds had beaten the market for several years running, and the advisor explained how professional fund managers could outperform simple index funds. What I didn't understand was the impact of fees on long-term returns. The mutual funds charged 1.5 to 2% annually in management fees, plus trading costs and other hidden expenses. These fees might seem small, but they compound devastatingly over time. After 10 years, my actively managed funds had underperformed simple index funds by over 3% annually. The difference in my portfolio value was staggering. I would have had about 40% more money with low-cost index funds. The advisor earned ongoing commissions from the mutual fund companies for keeping my money in their expensive products, while my wealth grew much slower than it should have. Why target date funds are retirement killers. My 401k advisor recommended target date funds as the perfect set-it-and-forget-it investment strategy. These funds automatically adjust their allocation as you get closer to retirement, becoming more conservative over time. The problem is that target date funds become too conservative too early, moving money out of stocks and into bonds when you still have decades until retirement. This premature shift to conservative investments can cost hundreds of thousands in lost growth over a long investment timeline. The funds also charge unnecessary fees for providing a service you can easily do yourself by adjusting your own allocation between stock and bond index funds. Those extra fees compound into substantial costs over decades. The financial advisor conflicts of interest nobody mentions. Most financial advisors aren't legally required to act in your best interest. They can legally recommend products that pay them higher commissions, even if better options exist for your situation. Many advisors work for firms that push specific products or have partnerships with certain financial companies. Your advisor's recommendations might be influenced more by corporate incentives than your financial needs. Fee-only financial advisors who charge transparent hourly or asset-based fees generally provide better advice than commission-based advisors who make money by selling you products. The real financial advice that actually works. After losing years and thousands of dollars following conventional financial wisdom, I learned that the best financial advice is usually the simplest and cheapest. Build a small emergency fund of $1,000 to $2,000 for true emergencies. Then focus on paying off high-interest debt and investing the rest in low-cost index funds. Buy term life insurance if you need coverage and invest the difference yourself. Avoid any financial product that seems complicated or comes with high fees. The financial industry profits from complexity, but your wealth grows through simplicity and low costs. Learning to trust yourself over experts. The financial advice industry has a vested interest in making money management seem complicated, so you pay for their services. But building wealth is actually quite simple when you remove the conflicts of interest and fee-heavy products. Educate yourself about basic investing principles. Understand the impact of fees on long-term returns, and be skeptical of any advisor who profits from the products they recommend. Your financial future is too important to entrust to someone whose income depends on selling you expensive financial products. The best financial advice is often the advice that makes the least money for financial advisors, which should tell you everything you need to know about whose interests the industry really serves. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. We'd love to have you join our growing community. As always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video.